Let's stand for the pledge, please.
Oh, wow, okay.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America,
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I guess. Okay, I'd like to call this meeting of the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board to order for February 3rd, 2014. Roll call, please.
Bernie Bassett.
Here.
Thomas Wood.
Here.
Martin Manick.
Here.
Michael Cashman.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
Rick Collins.
Resolution number 61, approving the minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of January 27, 2014 be approved and the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Have a motion. Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Cashman. Any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Martin Manick.
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 62, a resolution to fill a vacancy on the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board.
Whereas due to the outcome of the 2013 election, a vacancy exists in the Town of Plattsburgh for a position of councilperson. Now therefore be resolved in pursuant of the power vested in the town board, Gerard A. Renadette, a duly qualified resident of the town, is hereby appointed councilperson to the town to fill a vacancy existing in such office. Such appointment shall be effective immediately, and Mr. Renadette shall hold such office until December 31st, 2014, or at such time the town board shall deem it necessary to amend this resolution. And it be further resolved that Mr. Renadette take the oath of office within 30 days of this resolution, and it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, a copy put in his personnel file, and a copy be sent to the state retirement
Have a
board.
motion.
So moved.
Mr. Mannix, second.
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Martin Manick.
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, the resolution carries. At this time, I would ask Mr. Renadette if he'd please come forward and assume the position, the duties, and all the responsibilities that go with it. I'd like to thank you for your willingness to participate, to help us out through this year. And, as probably everyone knows, there will be a special election in the fall to elect someone to fill that position for the remainder of the term, which will be 3 years.
Thank you. And I just wanted to, you took most of what I wanted to say, but I just wanted to point out that the only way that I accepted this appointment was because I would not be running or seeking this position on the town board for 2015. I won't be running in the 2014 election. I'm somewhat bittersweet in my acceptance of this. I think that there was another opportunity or another position or another person that could have filled this, but being how the board wanted somebody who would be a little less controversial. I don't know if that's so much a true statement as I anticipated it is, but you did want somebody who would not be running for this seat, would not give an unfair advantage to a potential fall candidate, and as such, I'm filling this position. So thank you.
We appreciate that, Gerard, and that probably is the key. There was lengthy discussion about all the options and what to do, including the option to leave that seat empty. It would have put us in a rather challenging position. There are times during the year when someone would not be here, would lead us down to a very basic quorum. And then add to that any illness, injury, travel, it just wasn't appropriate. It's best the town run with a 5-man board. And I think, I don't want to speak for everyone, but in general, we kept getting back to the importance that we let the public make their decision in the fall. And certainly, if it's only perceived that an advantage not be even implied as given to a candidate. And again, personally very pleased. Gerard has a number of years' experience on the town board, has worked very hard, and I'm sure he'll contribute and work with us very well. If anyone else has any other comments at this time?
Well, I do. Sometimes in the past, we've recognized people that are not coming back on the board, and I'd like to say that though the town board, different backgrounds and approach, and that they strive to put the best interests of the town now and in the future foremost in their deliberations and decisions. And not all decisions are unanimous, but each vote's been cast by individuals for what they think is in the town's best interest. And I think that Councilor Lamoy certainly did this during his tenure. Paul's not going to come back, but I want to thank him for being so active and constructive a colleague. He brought a different perspective to the board with his background in construction, trades, and often brought up points of view concerning contracts that we would have not have been aware of. He worked at knowing the town law and policy and brought information to meetings. He audited vouchers, spending many hours on weekends making sure they're correct and catching mistakes. And he investigated situations and attended and initiated committee meetings that he was assigned to. His work and leadership saved the town a great deal of money. He initiated and helped design the Justice Court, which allowed for more room for the justices and their clerks, as well as making it safer for them. He also pushed for cameras and lighting in the court and outside for better protection and safety of the court and law enforcement officers. His experience in the fire department was an asset as he led the initiative to provide lock boxes for keys on buildings, enabling firemen to have access to them rather than spend valuable time getting access or causing damage by forcefully entering the buildings. He negotiated a uniform contract with employees that gave them better options and saved money for the town. He also initiated buying floor mats for the town instead of renting them, which also conserved the people's money. And one of the largest savings for the town came when Paul Lamoy initiated the idea of purchasing the lighting fixtures from NYSEG for all the lights on town streets. We've been renting them at a yearly cost of about $100,000. Paul pointed out that the lighting fixtures were paid for in full in about approximately 15 years, but they lasted 20, 30, and sometimes more. And he took it upon himself to negotiate with NYSEG under the board's approval to purchase them. It's taken a number of years, but it was accomplished last year, and projected savings after initial purchase is paid off in 4 or 5 years will be about $60,000 a year. This is long-term thinking as far as I'm concerned at its best. In addition, with the town building and grounds department maintaining them, people will not have to wait for NYSEG to replace lights. They'll be able to do it, and we will be able to do it and cut the waiting time so the street lights won't be out for extended periods of time. I'd like to commend Paul for his willingness to serve, his devotion to work, and the pride he took in the town and its employees.
Thank you, Tom.
I would like to add too, I agree with everything Tom said, and certainly Paul had a very unique perspective, and I think over the years he made a great contribution to this board, and he certainly wasn't afraid to be outvoted 4-1, and I think in many ways he'll be missed.
And also, we want to welcome Mr. Cashman this evening, his first formal meeting with the board, and congratulations on your recent win.
I would like to say that that really has changed the average age of the board immensely.
I won't make a comment, but you're absolutely correct in that case too. We often hear, and for some time, since the young professional group got going in the area, a lot of attention to bringing younger people on board, community activities, elected positions, and it's good to be going that direction also. I agree with you, Mr. Wood. Anyone have any other concluding comments before we go on with the regularly scheduled program? Okay, Resolution 63, letter of resignation from the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Whereas Resolution 014-33 appointed Michael Cashman to the Zoning Board of Appeals. And whereas Mr. Cashman has submitted his letter of resignation effective January 30th, 2014. Therefore be resolved that the town board accept and place on file Mr. Cashman's letter of resignation. And it be further resolved that the town board would like to thank Mr. Cashman for his years of dedicated service And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, zoning board chairman, Mr. Imhoff, the department head.
Have a motion.
So
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second, Mr. Wood. Any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Michael Cashman,
Abstention.
and Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 64, abstract 2A.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 2A-14, 77 to 125, for $2,061,964.48, and abstract 2A-14, 45 to 61 prepays for $1,046,577, and abstract 2A-14, 2960 to 2963 in the amount of $979.37. Be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisors hereby authorized to pay said
A
abstract.
motion.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion?
That was 557, wasn't it? The second one, 1 million.
It was read as, 577 would be 557, just for the record, abstract 2A14.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 65, Highway Superintendent's Monthly Report.
Resolved to receive and place on file a report from James Wood, Superintendent of Highways for the month of December 2013.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Cashman, any discussion?
I like the way he's put it, it's a little different than the past, and certainly gives you day-by-day idea of what they're doing.
I will pass that on to him and encourage you to do the same. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
And Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 66, Fire District Liaison for 2014.
Whereas the town board, town of Plattsburgh, desires to maintain effective communication with various fire districts and volunteer fire departments situated within the town of Plattsburgh by appointing a town board member as a liaison. Now therefore be resolved that Councilor Thomas E. Wood be appointed to serve as town liaison with the district and District 3 Fire Department. And it be further resolved that Supervisor Bernard C. Bassett be appointed to serve as town liaison with the district and Katyville Fire Department. And it be further resolved that Councilor Mark Mannix be appointed to serve as town liaison with the district and Morrisonville Fire Department. And it be further resolved that Councilor Gerard A. Renadette be appointed to serve as town liaison with the district and South Plattsburgh Fire Department. And it be further resolved that Michael S. Cashman be appointed to serve as town liaison with the district and Cumberland Head Fire Department. And it be further resolved that the liaisons write a letter to each district and department advising of their appointment and offering their assistance as town board liaisons for the year 2014.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Cashman, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 67, committee appointments for 2014.
Resolved that Councilors Michael S. Cashman and Thomas A. Wood be appointed to serve on the assessing, planning, and zoning committees for the year 2014. These committees shall assist with rezoning, update zoning, and matters concerning assessing. And it be further resolved that Councilors Michael S. Cashman and Gerard A. Renadette be appointed to the auditing committee for the year 2014. This committee shall examine all vouchers presented to the town board for payment. And it be further resolved that Councilors Martin D. Mannix and Gerard A. Renadette be appointed to serve on the Building and Grounds Committee for the year 2014. This committee shall make reports and recommendations on all town buildings and properties, including special districts. It is also further resolved that Councilors Martin D. Mannix and Gerard A. Renadette be appointed to serve on the Community Service and Ambulance Committees for the year 2014. These committees shall concern itself with liaisons and cooperation with municipalities and ambulance service providers in the matters of joint service issues that may be presented to the town board. And it be further resolved that Councilors Martin D. Mannix and Thomas E. Wood be appointed to serve on the Highway Committee for the year 2014. This committee is to observe the conditions of all highway equipment, road signs and town highways, and thereby report to the superintendent of highways and to the town board on said conditions and recommendations. And it is further resolved that Councilors Thomas E. Wood and Gerard A. Renadette be appointed to serve on the Justice Court Committee for the year 2014. This committee shall advise the office staff and make report of conditions and recommendations to the town board. And it is further resolved that Councilors Michael S. Cashman and Martin D. Mannix be appointed to serve on the Personnel Committee for 2014. This committee shall advise office staff and make report of conditions and recommendations to the town board. And it be further resolved that Councilors Michael S. Cashman and Gerard A. Renadette be appointed to serve on the Safety Committee for 2014. This committee shall review all reported employee accidents, preside over employee safety meetings, and make reports and recommendations to the town board. And it be further resolved that Councilors Martin D. Mannix and Thomas E. Wood be appointed to serve on the Water and Sewer Committee for the year 2014. This committee shall inspect the water and sewer facilities and make a report of the conditions and recommendations to the Water and Wastewater Director and to the town board. And it be further resolved that Councilors Michael S. Cashman and Thomas E. Wood be appointed to serve on the Youth Services and Recreation Committee for the year 2014. This committee shall advise the Youth Services and Recreation Director and to make a report of conditions and recommendations to the town board. And it be further resolved that each department head receive a copy of this resolution for further reference for the 2014 Town Board Committee representative.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Mannix, second.
Second. Second.
Mr. Renadette, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bertie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 68, New York City Association of Towns Training for 2014.
Whereas it is in the best interest of town that employees and their respective boards remain current and informed concerning changes in regulations. And whereas training is being offered in New York City through the Associations of Towns from February 17, 2014 to February 19, 2014. Therefore, be resolved that councilors and deputy supervisor Mark Mannix, town clerk Ricky Collins, Justice James Joyce, and Justice Kevin Patno, and court clerks Pamela Esposito be approved to attend the training. And it be further resolved the aforementioned individual will receive training for the year 2014, and the expense for their training be paid out of each department's budget. And it be further resolved that the supervisor be authorized to submit a receipt for payment for said yearly training, and a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, and a copy be placed in their respective personnel files.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Renadette, any discussion?
Does this, the people that are appointed to the planning board and the zoning boards, will they be able to get some of the training somewhere else, because they're supposed to have so much?
Mhm. That's, I believe so. I can't cite where, but I know they've redirected.
Potsdam and,
I don't know about all of these for sure.
okay.
Well, my follow-up question is this the only training that's occurring for the officials listed in New York City? There's no
Courts,
regional ones?
the court clerks, I believe that is it. Mr. Mannix will go representing the town at large. Ricky, I don't know what other trainings there are for clerks.
There's one in Buffalo and one in Pottsville too. At what time is it?
Potsdam's the fall one.
Right.
Yeah, they have a seminar, but I don't think they have
No,
focused
it's
training.
not, it's not the same training as what you get in.
And has is there any training for new people for Michael?
That ship has left deck. Due to the lateness of the results, we're unable to.
Is there usually one,
There,
there's one in December, but then there's also one in, is it February and March?
I've actually had a
Constant.
conversation with a couple other counselors from around the region that didn't get, formal training, and we're having some conversation to take it upon ourselves to see if we can get somebody from Albany to come up here, and we'll do what we need to do. That's how it works.
Good.
Let me know what I can do to help out with that. I certainly would not be opposed to calling the comptroller's office, et cetera, Association of Towns, if you do something in the region. Do you have any idea what those numbers might be?
We're just having some conversations right now.
Because very, very few people are going. You look at our number, I mean, it's a small fraction of what it was in the past. The numbers are down for a number of reasons. I could use, we have a fairly easy process to get the information out to every single town in the county. If it gets to a point where it looks like there may be a possibility, and obviously the presenters want to know what are our numbers, I'd be more than glad to communicate that and try to solicit who else may be interested in participating.
Was there any training on this?
The Association of Towns, and then there's one at the Desmond in Albany, which has slipped by.
Desmond only was right.
Yeah, that was back in January.
But I mean,
Mid-January.
the one that we're talking about here, Association of Towns training, is that helping?
Oh, I'm sure, I'm confident it would, but I don't think those arrangements can be made this late.
The other part to it, in interest of trying to save some money, I'd rather look for some alternate routes, get somebody up here to regionalize something in a collaborative manner with some of the other counselors from some of the other towns and possibly even the city.
In 2006, there was a session in Plattsburgh, and a lot of it was a teleconference kind of format. You had a packet to go through, but it had like-minded people together, and it really had value. But yeah, if it gets to a point where you'd like to have a sense of what is the potential, I'll get something out to the other supervisors, and we'll see who else might attend. If it was something local, it might be a great deal of interest. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manick,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, the resolution carries. Resolution 69, appointment of a town of Plattsburgh representative for the 2014 Association of Towns meeting.
Whereas training for municipal employees and officials is being held in New York City, February 17th through 19th, 2014. And as a member of the Association of Towns, the town of Plattsburgh has certain privileges. Therefore, be resolved that Deputy Supervisor Martin D. Manick be appointed as the official representative of the town of Plattsburgh and be allowed to cast his vote on behalf of the town at the 2014 Annual Association of Towns meeting. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, Mr. Manick, and one be placed in a personnel file.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second.
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion? Periodically, as I'm sure you're aware, Marty, there are votes on maybe changes in the Constitution, et cetera. I haven't seen anything.
Got the book over the weekend. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I did get it Friday.
So I just wanted to be sure in the event we missed, I looked at the association's information. We'll send you a certified copy of this. Therefore, if something happens, as deputy in our stead, you get to make those decisions. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manick,
Abstain.
Michael Cashman,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 70, election workers' compensation for 2014.
Resolved that the 2014 compensation rates paid by the town of Plattsburgh to election workers shall be as per the attached schedule from the Clinton County Board of Elections. And it be further resolved that the finance manager receive a copy of this resolution with the attachment.
A motion.
So moved.
Mr. Mannix, second.
Second.
Mr. Renadette, any discussion?
How can we met with the people that you're talking about? Has anything further happened?
Nothing more than when we last met, but one of the things we have to do, whatever direction the discussion about chargebacks takes, we still have to approve the budget that they gave us, which was $31,513. If you recall, the cover letter was noted that was about a 12.5% increase. Now, the question won't be so much as what is the cost of the election as it will be how is it paid. But this is, this resolution is necessary to get us in queue. I have no further updates on that other discussion right now.
It may be worth someone checking with either Mike Zerlo or Rodney Brown, but I'm under the impression that people are going to be invited to a meeting of the finance committee to discuss this.
In working with the Association of Town, or the Clinton County Supervisors Association, that is our goal. I know of nothing coming from the county. It's more of that group wanting to approach the county and have a discussion. We don't have a scheduled date yet. We're looking at sometime in March.
Okay, but I'm under the impression, I think it might be worthwhile to make a contact, because I'm under the impression that Mr. Dame is extending an open invitation and putting it on the agenda for people to come to a meeting.
So is he going to make those people he's inviting aware of the invitation?
Who knows?
Are we supposed to see it in the agenda? Yeah, I will follow up on that.
This month or?
Who knows?
First I've heard that. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Cashman,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, the resolution carries. That's the end of our resolutions for the evening, but I do have an item that I would seek a motion to go into executive session to discuss collective bargaining negotiations as per Article 14 of Civil Service Law.
I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Mr. Wood on the motion, Mr. Mannix seconding the motion. Any discussion? A roll call on the motion to go into executive session.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Cashman,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, we will move into an executive session, 7:28. I need a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved.
Mr. Mannix, second.
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion on that? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Cashman,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, we will come out of executive session at 8:13. Does anyone have any other business this evening? If not, I would look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. Cashman, second.
Second.
Mr. Renadette, any discussion on the motion to adjourn? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Cashman,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution passes. Drive safe.